So many cool fish, but only a few can come home. What will I pick? Tune in and see. Hey YouTube, this is Pecktec and I'm outside my favorite aquarium store. We're gonna do a little shopping today. I'm gonna pick up a couple of fish. I think my 16 gallon's finally ready to add some fish. I've got one fish in there, he's doing great. Water tests say it's fine. It's time to add some more fish. So we're gonna do that today. I might pick up something for the big tank too, but let's take a look inside. Yep.
Hi.
You gonna check me out?
Hi.
Oh man, that was so much fun. I love fish shopping at my store. Now they have a customer appreciation day sale, and this video looks a little bit like those things except for no hot dogs. That's coming up real soon, so if you're anywhere near Knoxville, Tennessee, be sure to, and you're gonna be around on this date that I'm gonna put right next to my head here. I'm gonna tap it. If you're around that date anywhere near town, be sure to come by and check out their Customer Appreciation Day sale. It's fantastic. I'll be back. I'll probably look for some hardware on that sale versus more fish, but ooh, I got a nice bag of fish. Let's take them home and see what I got. Oh man, I still need to clean this up. But anyway, going in the big tank is a blood parrot. We've been looking at one of these for a long time. This guy's kind of an adolescent. He's not tiny, but he's not really huge yet, so hopefully he'll adapt well to this tank. I'm looking forward to this guy. We've wanted one of these for a little while. We're gonna try him out and see how we like him. All right, and over here in the 16-gallon, the light's still out, but I did get some of these, either Australian or Pacific, depending on where you look on the internet, blue eyes. And also in here, you won't be able to see too well. Also in here behind them is a long-finned red bristlenose pleco. And I'm going to turn the lights on and see if we can get a better look. I don't think I've really done an update on this tank since I set it up. It did go through an ammonia spike that lasted quite a long time, a little bit longer than I was expecting. This tank does the same thing that Kerrigan's tank does, in that it gets this, like, constantly gets this surface algae, like, right through here. Now, these plants haven't really taken off yet. They're not doing too bad. I had a lot of initial die-off, but that's kind of stopped, and now I'm seeing some new growth. Things are starting to grow. I added a couple of other plants, too, that I had. They're just ones that I had sitting around, and to help with that algae, I got this little guy. This is a Dalmatian molly, and I'm not actually a huge fan of mollies, but man, he eats any algae that pops up in here at all. You'll notice the tree's not in here too. What happened is, at first I started getting algae all over everything, and it kind of completely encompassed all the moss that was on the tree, and it was just kind of it was more of a detriment than it was a benefit. So I just took it out, and what I plan to do is just try again with that tree once everything calms down in here, it really starts to grow. The water's been tested, it's fine. I'm going to be adding some beneficial bacteria along with these new fish and stuff. Let's see if we can get a better look at this, at the pleco. Not much better. He's just a little tiny baby. He's a little red, long-finned bristlenose pleco. And so normally when I show a tank to you guys, I'd probably at least clean the algae off the front, but I'm going to leave it just because I'm really curious to see what he does. And maybe if he cleans it off super well, I'm not expecting him to, but if he cleans it off super well before I post the video on Sunday, maybe I'll come back and we'll revisit that. I'm going to pull these guys out and take a look. I gotta say, one other critique I have for this tank in general is that this lid, it gets so much condensation on it. You can't pull this lid off without getting water kind of everywhere. It just pours out everywhere. I wish there was a solution to kind of help with that. I'm not sure if you can see too well. Yeah, tons of condensation, which is great for not, letting things evaporate. But what's bad about it is when you go to open this thing up, you're gonna have water dripping down the front, down the back. Also, this thing is sort of connected to it. And I find this to be, this isn't a great benefit. Like if I'm going to just pull off the back, it's not a big deal, right? But when I pull off this and it's attached to here, I've got to find something to do with this before I even pull off the other lid. I just find that to be kind of a pain. Not a major deal. A little nitpicky maybe, but something to consider. I've been curious about blood parrots for a long time. I'm hoping that he enjoys his stay. I'm trying to keep up with him and not make you guys sick. I don't know if that's working or not. Woo! It's a big tank. Plant-wise in the tank, everything's doing really good. I'm not seeing in a whole lot of algae. Maybe a little bit of algae here and there. But for the most part, it's all pretty clean inside. And the fish really love having all the extra space. You might notice I've got some more rainbows in here. I actually added these guys a few weeks ago. They're smaller, of course, than the very mature rainbows that I had in here. But what was happening is in the mornings and the evenings when the lights dim, the big female was getting chased all over the place. The male loves to chase her around, especially in the evenings and stuff. And with these extra little fish, they're not tiny, but they're not huge either. But with these extra rainbows, they kind of fake them out and keep the pressure off of her quite a bit. Makes it a whole different tank because she's not getting picked on all the time. And when he's not chasing, then 50 Centipoma is chasing quite a bit too. So it's right in the middle of the day, and Mr. Tubes is hiding out like he usually does. He'll come out in the evenings, but I haven't seen him chasing anybody. It's been pretty peaceful, a lot more active with these extra 3 rainbows, so that's pretty nice. Overall, this tank is doing really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. I love this tank. I went ahead and cleaned the front glass a little bit. These little guys are really cool. Really pretty little fish. Never seen them before, never had them before. Of course, we got the Dalmatian molly. Still looking a little janky in here, waiting for these plants to take off and really start growing. I think it might be time to add some CO2 in this tank too. Wow, we got some cool new fish today. Can't wait to see how they turn out, to watch them grow. Especially this guy behind me and that red bristlenose pleco. Oh, this Australian blue eyes. That's a fish I've never seen before. They stay really small, at least according to the very quick search I did in the store. Now the bristlenose and the parrot were ones that I knew I wanted to get. Okay. The other guys were kind of an impulse buy, and but I had the tank space for them. The parameters that they like are right around where I'm going to keep this tank. Sometimes you see a fish and you just want to grab them up right away, but you should always be responsible. I did do a quick web search, right there in the store. Thank goodness for smartphones, right? And I don't generally recommend doing that, but these guys seem like they'll be pretty easy to take care of. They seem like the kind of fish I'd really like to keep, so I went ahead and just grabbed them while I could. That's all I got for you this week, folks. Until next time, follow your bliss, keep a clean tank, buy you some fish. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. With that, and 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 that.